Boom, get ready, because the NBA world is exploding with news. We've got a nail-biter between the Knicks and the Nets. But that's not all. Mitchell Robinson is speaking out after that intense matchup, and we're breaking down exactly what he said about his team's approach. And get this, Josh Minott is emerging as a serious force for the Nets, putting up numbers that have everyone talking. We're diving deep into his breakout performance. Plus, we're breaking down the biggest surprises and takeaways from this wild NBA week. You do not want to miss this. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
The Brooklyn Nets gave the New York Knicks everything they had, pushing them to the absolute limit in a heart-stopping rivalry game that came down to the wire. This season has been a tough one for the Nets, but Friday night's showdown against their crosstown rivals, the Knicks, was a different story entirely. Despite losing the first 3 matchups by significant margins, Brooklyn came out with a fire and intensity that stunned everyone, ultimately falling in a razor-thin 93-92 contest. The first half was a revelation for the Nets. They dictated the pace, played with a physicality that matched the playoff-bound Knicks, and showcased remarkable ball movement, heading into halftime with a surprising 6-point lead. This dominant performance was spearheaded by the emergence of Josh Minott, who delivered a career-best outing, pouring in 22 points, grabbing 5 rebounds, and adding 2 blocks and a steal. Minott, a former Celtic, has been a revelation off the Brooklyn bench, his defensive length and offensive upside finally shining in a role where he's getting consistent minutes. His performance, alongside Ziaire Williams, highlighted a level of play that has Nets fans buzzing about the future, even in a season that's already out of reach for the playoffs. This wasn't just a game. It was a statement of intent from a young, hungry squad looking to build momentum. Fans and analysts alike are pointing to this game as potentially the Nets' best performance of the entire season, especially considering they were severely shorthanded. The fact that they pushed a nearly full-strength Knicks team, contenders in the Eastern Conference, to the brink with a roster of rookies and players on short-term deals is a testament to their grit and the coaching staff's efforts to instill a competitive identity. It's a sign that even in a lost season, the building blocks for the future might be taking shape. Don't go anywhere, because what Mitchell Robinson had to say after this intense game is just as explosive. And wait until you hear about the Knicks' near meltdown and how Jalen Brunson saved the day. Jalen Brunson played hero, hitting clutch shots to rescue the New York Knicks from a stunning collapse against the Brooklyn Nets, securing a nail-biting 93-92 victory. The New York Knicks extended their dominance over the Brooklyn Nets to an astonishing 14 consecutive wins, but this latest victory was far from easy. The Knicks appeared to be cruising, holding a comfortable 14-point lead early in the fourth quarter, only to watch it evaporate as the Nets unleashed a furious 17-0 run, seizing the lead with just over 3 minutes remaining. During a critical scoring drought that lasted over 6 minutes, the Knicks watched helplessly as rookie Nolan Traore and Ochai Agbaji fueled the Nets' comeback. Traore's pair of free throws put Brooklyn up 87-84, leaving Madison Square Garden in stunned silence. However, just when it seemed the Nets might pull off a monumental upset, Jalen Brunson stepped up. With less than 2.5 minutes left, Brunson sank an 11-footer to put the Knicks back on top. He followed that up with another crucial jumper with just 94 seconds remaining, extending the lead to 3. Despite Karl-Anthony Towns adding a basket to make it a 5-point game, the Knicks struggled to seal the victory, ultimately leaving the door ajar for a last-second net surge. Fans and analysts are dissecting the Knicks' shaky finish and their season-worst 22 turnovers, questioning their ability to close out games against determined opponents. While Brunson's heroics and Towns' double-double were vital, the team's late-game execution and the Nets' unexpected surge have raised concerns heading into the playoffs. The Nets, led by an impressive 22 points from Josh Minott and 17 from Ziaire Williams, showed remarkable fight, proving they are capable of competing even in a losing season. But the drama didn't end there. Mitchell Robinson is sounding off about his team's first-half performance, and it's a wake-up call for the Knicks. And we're breaking down how Josh Minott became the unlikely star of the night for Brooklyn. Mitchell Robinson isn't holding back, calling out the Knicks' lack of readiness after a near-disastrous performance against the rival Nets. Following a tense victory over the Brooklyn Nets, Knicks center Mitchell Robinson didn't mince words, expressing frustration over his team's consistent slow starts and lack of preparedness, particularly in first quarters. Robinson, who picked up a technical foul for standing over a fallen Nets rookie Nolan Traore after a hard foul, emphasized the need for a better approach. "Our approach has to be better," Robinson stated. "We can't just look at their record and just say, all right, we're gonna whip their ass. We've just got to be better altogether, and until we figure that part out, it's gonna be a long road." He specifically called out the team's shoot-around and pre-game routine, highlighting a need to be ready from the opening tip. The incident with Traore, which Robinson deemed a dangerous play that could lead to re-injury, underscored the physicality the Nets brought. Robinson felt his team wasn't prepared for it, despite the Nets' losing record. "We played them how many times this year? 3 or 4? This is probably the most physical they've gotten with us," he noted. Teammate Karl-Anthony supported Robinson's stance, acknowledging the need for self-protection on the court, especially given Robinson's injury history. While coach Tom Thibodeau suggested the physicality was an outlier, Robinson's comments point to a deeper issue of complacency against lesser opponents. The Nets outplayed the Knicks in the first quarter, setting a tone that the Knicks had to fight back against. This pattern of sleepwalking through early portions of games against teams with losing records is a growing concern for the Knicks as the playoffs approach. But what did the Nets' young star Josh Minott have to say about his breakout performance in that same game? And stay tuned, because we've got the full breakdown of the Knicks' wild comeback and Jalen Brunson's clutch heroics. Josh Minott's career-defining night almost led the Brooklyn Nets to a stunning upset over the New York Knicks, showcasing a bright future despite the heartbreaking one-point loss. In a season defined by losses for the Brooklyn Nets, 1 point was all that separated them from a monumental upset victory against their arch-rivals, the New York Knicks. The 93-92 scoreline might seem like just another defeat for the 1753 Nets, but it represented a significant glimmer of hope and a performance that will be remembered, largely thanks to the breakout display from forward Josh Minott. From the opening tip, the Nets played with an intensity rarely seen this season. They matched the Knicks' physicality, controlled the game's tempo, and executed with precision, building an impressive 6-point lead by halftime. This dominant first half was a collective effort, but Minott, a player acquired from the Boston Celtics, was a driving force. He poured in a career-high 22 points, complemented by 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, and a steal, showcasing the all-around game that has the Nets' front office, led by Sean Marks, incredibly excited. Minott's combination of defensive length and offensive skill, previously unable to secure consistent minutes in Minnesota or Boston, is now flourishing in Brooklyn, making him a potential cornerstone for the team's rebuild. Despite the eventual loss, the performance offered invaluable information for the Nets' future. In a season where playoff aspirations are long gone, these final games serve as crucial auditions for players and opportunities for the coaching staff, led by Jordi Fernandez, to establish an identity. The competitive spirit displayed against a top-tier Knicks team, even while shorthanded, sends a strong message internally. For fans, Minott's emergence, alongside Zaire Williams' contributions, provides tangible reasons for optimism, proving that even in a rebuilding year, valuable talent can be unearthed. But the story doesn't end with Minott's heroics. We're breaking down how the Knicks almost blew this game and who stepped up to save them. And you won't believe what Mitchell Robinson had to say about his team's attitude after the scare. What a night in the NBA. The Knicks barely escaped the Nets thanks to Jalen Brunson's heroics. Mitchell Robinson called out his team's approach, and Josh Minott put on an absolute show for Brooklyn. Don't miss any of the action. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, drop a comment below telling us your biggest takeaway, and follow us on all social media platforms for more exclusive content.